Hey everybody, my name is Mike. I am not for Coltrane. Welcome to your Coltrane Tuesdays. For this, the fourth day of May in the year 2021. How are you holding up? As for me, I'm a little weary, so I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go, but we'll see. We're going to start off today with a song of mine because it is important that I do some of my own material at least occasionally. We will also, we're gonna take a visit back to the Coltrane Civics Corner because we have an election coming up here in Pennsylvania in just a couple of weeks, and yeah, I think chances are good certainly I'll include myself in this. That I needed to get myself a little bit more informed before I vote in that election. So we'll go on that process together. And we'll talk about the big Come Together 2021 webcast from just this past Friday. And of course, we will play a round, at least one round, of the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. Do we play two rounds? That's up to you. Because if we get enough live requests, I will do a second round. If we're not getting a lot of live requests, I'll just do the one. So that's up to you. If you hit that like button, if you hit that share button and share this URL around with other folks you think might enjoy it, chances are a little bit better that we'll do two rounds of that. And if people aren't feeling it today, then we'll just do the one. How do we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game? I'm glad you asked. Let me explain. People who are live online with us will give me song requests, and I have to respond to those requests. If the song that's requested is one that I know, I will go ahead and play it to the best of my ability in the moment. For those songs, if the song that's requested is one that I kind of sort of know, like I used to know how to play it, or I've seen a bunch of other people play it, and I think I can probably figure out most of it, I will then attempt to figure out how to play the song here in front of you. If I don't know the song at all, if I don't recognize the title, I have to make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirement. That's how we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. So please get in those requests. You can get those requests in now, and we'll see what happens. You can also take a couple minutes to think about a song that you think that you would like to hear, a song that you think would stump me, a song that you think would, hey, I've heard Mike play that before. I'd like to hear that again. Those are all excellent reasons for getting in a request for the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. But as I said, we're going to start off with a song of mine. Oh, for anyone who is out there watching, by all means, please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button too. If you have followed me over from the brief announcement I posted over on the Facebook page, I would be very, very grateful if more of the people who follow the Facebook page would also follow the YouTube page. So hit that big red subscribe button that's down in the space underneath this video. So yes, frequently in this space, I'm learning a brand new song for every week. I'm either learning a local cover by a cover of a song by another performer here in Pennsylvania's Lehigh Valley, or I'm learning a song that came up at some other previous round of the Stump the Band game, and I'm like, oh, I should learn how to actually play that. I spend relatively little time playing my own songs, and also very, very little time rehearsing my own songs. But it is good to periodically dust them off and like, oh, right, that's a thing that I do. I have a song that I've written, and I should probably perform that periodically. So we're going to, I think last time I did one of these, it was a song that I had written as part of the Tom Cooney Songwriter Challenge. Tom has his own webcast that he does on Tuesdays, as well as we share a space over on the Rock in the Valley page. So he and I have been trading songwriter challenges back and forth. The idea being that it's not in the moment I have to improvise a new song with a particular prompt or a particular title. But here's an idea, and let's see what you come up with. So one of the ones that I wrote in the early days of the pandemic was a song called Grace. It's a song dedicated to someone who is very important to me. And I hope that it may inspire, I don't know, warm, fuzzy feelings for yourself. We'll see how this goes. I haven't... it's been a little while since I played it, but here we go. The song is Grace. Call goes out 2,000 miles away. There's no time for doubt. You quickly book a plane. Your family needs you. There's no other way, so you'll go. I try to hide my fear, see it in my eyes. My reassuring words, such a poor disguise. Give yourself some grace, you say. Feelings are fine. Yes, I know. Drive to the airport, the sky's still dark. You got your ticket, it's time to depart. With your carry-on bag and your big soft heart, you turn and wait. So I find my way back to my empty car. The dawn is breaking as I shift out of park. Wish its light would shine into my lonely heart. Show me grace. It is the curve of your neck, the light in your step. It is your breath upon me when we embrace. It is the softness of your heart, starlight in your eyes. It is in every little line on your face. It is grace. It is grace. Now you're heading back, 800 miles to go. See your wipers flashing through the rain and the snow. But you've got my songs on your radio and you smile. Still I count the days till I can touch your face. But your presence here, the distance can't erase. I can hear you sing, I can feel your grace cross those miles. It is the curve of your neck, the light in your step. It is your breath upon me when we embrace. It is the softness of your heart, starlight in your eyes. It is in every little line on your face. It is grace. It is grace. Everybody's closing all their doors. Fear is in the air, hatred in the blood. I see it everywhere, but we won't let it hold us back. We will fight with all it takes. I see it shining in your eyes, feel it in your grace. Light in your step, it is your breath upon me when we embrace. It is the softness of your heart, starlight in your eyes. It is the music in your voice, I know in any place. It is the warmth of your skin, the steel in your will. It is your mind, your spirit, your taste. It is the orbit of your hips, it's your hand on my back. It is in every little line on your face. It is grace. It is grace. It is grace. It is grace. go. Grace, a song that I wrote in response to the Tom Cooney Songwriter Challenge. And part of what happened with that performance is while at some point, so let me back up. I did manage to make time today to sound check before, in fact, before going live on Facebook and then before going live over here. And in that recording, I thought, man, there's this really weird clicking sound, and I don't know where it's coming from, so I don't know how exactly to minimize that. But it's taking away from the performance, and I don't know what's going on with that. I said maybe it's moving around on the chair or the floorboards, or there's something else that's making the sound that I don't want to be there. And it was literally during the first verse of the song I realized, oh, I'm making that clicking sound inadvertently with the pick while I'm playing, and not the sound that I'm attempting to make, but that there's also some sort of a thing like over here where I'm just not rhythmically tapping on the guitar in between, like while I'm playing, and so then trying to focus on not doing that during the song did not result in things going quite according to plan. But you know, that's the nature of these things. So we'll come around to that song again and see if I can do it a little bit better the next time. But for now, it is almost time for the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. For folks who might be out there watching live, this is a great time to get in those requests. We play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game like so. People who are live watching with us will give me a song request, and then I have to respond to it. If the song is one that I know, then I will have to perform it to the best of my ability in the moment. If the song is one that I kind of sort of know, like I used to know how to play it 25 years ago, or I've seen a bunch of other people play it, or I've heard it on the radio or on Spotify a bunch of times, and so like there's a bit of the lyric or bit of the melody that's in my head, and I've got to figure out how to do that. Then I will attempt to figure out how to play the song here in front of everybody. If I do not know the song at all, I have to make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirement. And that is how we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. So I will give you a minute to get in your requests while I talk at you for a couple moments. So this past Friday was the big Come Together 2021 webcast that we did. We had roughly 30 performers and presenters who were part of this webcast. It was very, very cool to get, well, frankly, to get together with all these other performers. We're used to having lots of occasions to mingle and interact with each other at open mics and whatnot, and that's not been the same sort of arrangement over the past 14 months or whatever. So it was really, really cool to have a chance to talk with and interact with so many wonderful performers. And you know, we did a pretty significant job raising money for the No Place for Hate programs. So No Place for Hate, for those who are unfamiliar, No Place for Hate is an initiative of the Anti-Defamation League. It is more than 2 decades old, and it supports programs that the schools come up with to foster, you know, kids interacting with each other in really, really positive ways. It's allowing kids to take a stand against bullying, to take a stand against prejudice and biases, and all of those sorts of you know, things that interfere with us being able to interact with each other as fully fledged human beings. And so we've been doing this benefit for the past several years. Everything we raise goes to ADL's Philadelphia office to support No Place for Hate programs in our region, including those here in schools in Bethlehem. I'm super grateful to Dr. Jack Silva of Bethlehem Area School District for coming on the webcast again to talk with us about how schools here in the district carry out No Place for Hate programs and come up with No Place for Hate programs. So all of that is really, really cool. I'm so grateful to the many, many performers who either contributed videos or who recorded exclusive videos or who were able to be live with us during the webcast on Friday. So thank you very much to all of that. If you go to gofundme.com/cometogether2021, you can find that. If you check out the Not for Coltrane here on YouTube, you will find a link to the webcast, and all the links you need are in the description of that video. So yay, very, very cool. Thanks to everyone who was part of that. Also, Also, things coming up. There is an election here in Pennsylvania in 2 weeks. And you say, didn't we just have one of those? Well, yes, we did. And this is different though, because this year on the odd numbered year, so 21 is an odd number. 2021 is a municipal election here in Pennsylvania, which means that we are selecting people, including mayors and city councils and county councils and possibly township supervisors or township commissioners, depending on where you live, possibly school board members, depending on where you live. All of these people that most of us, including me, don't spend a lot of time interacting with or thinking about, because a lot of us are thinking about politics at the national level or at the state level. And in fact, the decisions that are made at the local level have a huge impact on our lives, not just on things like filling the potholes, which is a pretty big deal. Among other things, they are determining how all of the locally raised tax dollars get spent. And here in Pennsylvania, your county, I believe, no, so I should say your school district has the ability to assess taxes on you. Your municipality has the ability to assess taxes on you, and so there's all of these taxing bodies and authorities, have really important influence over what happens in the space right around where you live. So yeah, I have to say also there are a couple races that are local to where I am that started out very positive and have gotten rather nasty, which is always kind of dispiriting. But there is information out there so you can figure out what you're going to do for the election. For starters, most of you here in Pennsylvania probably have your mailbox overflowing with mailers that have gone out from all of the various candidates. Yeah, that's frustrating. And there's also probably, on the plus side, it's helping to keep the post office in business. So, there's that. Also, there is at least a certain amount of useful information that goes out on those mailers, as well as website addresses where you can go and learn more about the candidates and their positions on various issues. It's worth noting that sometimes candidates stake out positions on issues that the office they're running for has absolutely nothing to do with. So, that ends up does that end up being relevant? Well, since the way that the national politics are sort of shaping up right now, and it's the most neutral way I can say it is that the two major parties here in the U.S. have staked out very different positions on what the basic fundamental role of government is and what government can and should do. And it's worth noting that the people who get elected at lower levels often, though not always, the people that you end up running for larger and larger offices that influence larger numbers of people, many of them get their start in local government. If you see someone's like, hey, this is someone that I think is responsible about how they handle things, I'm okay with them going on to see bigger and better things. Yes, absolutely. If you see someone who's running and like, wow, I do not want that individual to be using this as a springboard for anything else, that might also motivate your decision. Two other things briefly with that I wanted to mention as part of the Coltrane Civics Corner here. One, voting by mail is still a thing here in Pennsylvania. I'm learning that they do not automatically send out ballots for you to complete if you have voted in previous years. In fact, when I went back through my records, I found that I had received this, which is an application. The state will automatically send you an application to vote by mail every year, but will not just go ahead and send you the ballots. You're not out of time. We are not out of time to apply to vote by mail in the primary election, which is happening here in Pennsylvania in 2 weeks. But we're getting there. So you can go to the website. You can go to, votespa.com. Votespa.com should have all the relevant information you need to be able to apply to vote by mail. I'll end